Hello and welcome to another part of this chapter simplex method. In the previous part we have solved one problem by using BGAME method. In this part we shall consider one more problem by using the BGAME method. So let us consider this problem. Minimize z equal to minus 3x1 plus 2x2 subject to this two constraint x1 minus 4x2 less equal to minus 14 and minus 3x1 plus 2x2 less equal to 6. Now the first constraint can be written as minus x1 plus 4x2 greater equal to 14, because in simplex method we keep the right hand side positive. So this is the first constraint and this is the second constraint. Now here we see that in the first constraint we have to subtract one surplus variable because this is greater equal to sign, and in the second constraint since it is less equal to sign, so we have to add one slack variable. So let us rewrite the constraint. The first constraint can be written as minus x1 plus 4x2 minus x3. So we have subtracted the surplus variable x3 which is equal to 14, and the second constraint minus 3x1 plus 2x2 we have to add one slack variable x4. This will be equal to 6 because this is less equal to sign. Now we write the objective function. Since this is a minimization problem, so we have to first convert this problem to a maximization problem. For that we replace z star equal to minus z, so that mean z, this will be minus of max z star. Now we write the objective function max z star, this equal to minus of z which is 3x1 minus 2x2 plus 0 into x3 the surplus variable plus 0 into x4 the slack variable. Now we start the solution procedure. For that we have to select initial unit basis vectors. Since there are two constraints, so we have to select two initial unit basis vectors. Now here we find that there is already one unit basis vector which is 0 1 corresponding to the slack variable x4, but we need one more unit vector 1 0 corresponding to one variable, but there is no such variable for which such unit vector exists. Therefore we have to introduce one artificial variable. So let us introduce one artificial variable x5 to the first constraint such that we can get unit basis vectors. Now we have unit basis vectors corresponding to the variables x5 and x4. These unit basis vectors are 1 0 and 0 1. Now here we write x1 x2, these are greater equal to 0. Now x3 is surplus variable, it is also greater than equal to 0. x4 is slack variable, it is also greater equal to 0, and x5 is artificial variable, it is also greater equal to 0. Now since x5 is artificial variable, so by BGAME method we shall introduce the cost vector of x5 or the cost value of x5 as minus capital M, where M is a very large positive quantity. Now this is our reduced problem or the modified problem, that we have to find the max of z star, where z star is this objective function corresponding to these two equations, where x3 is surplus variable, x4 slack variable, and x5 is artificial variable. Now from here the coefficient vectors are minus 1 minus 3, a2 is 4 2, a3 is minus 1 0, a4 is 0 1, and a5 is 1 0. The vector b is 14 and 6, and the cost vector is 3 minus 2 0 0 minus m. So now we can construct the initial simplex table. So here we have constructed the initial part of the simplex table. So these are the coefficient vectors a1 a2 a3 a4 a5, out of which a5 and a4 will constitute the unit basis vectors. These are 1 0 and 0 1. So we write a5 first and then a4. This is the b vector 14, 6. This is the cost vector Now we have to find Zj minus Cj. So here we write Zj minus Cj. Now this value will be minus m into minus 1 plus 0 into this minus this, which is m minus 3. Now this one, it will be minus m into 4, so minus 4m plus 0 minus of minus 2, that is minus 4m plus 2. This will be minus m into minus 1, so m minus 0, so it is m. This one will be minus m into 0 plus 0 into 1 minus 0, so it is 0. And finally this one minus m into 1 plus 0 into 0 minus of minus m, so it is again 0. So we have computed all the values of Zj minus Cj. Now here we find that out of all these values only one value is negative, which is this one, minus 4m plus 2, since m is a very large positive quantity. So this value is negative, so we have to select this value. That means the vector a2 will enter the basis. Now to identify which vector will leave the basis, we have to compute the mean ratio. For that we compute the ratios. The first ratio will be 14 by 4. So we write it is 14 by 4, and the next ratio is 6 by 2. 6 by 2, which is 3. Out of which we find that 3 is minimum. So this is the mean ratio. That means the vector a4 will leave the basis. So this is our key element. So now we write the new basis vectors. In the new basis vector, the vector a4 will be replaced by the vector a2. So the new basis vectors are a5 and a2 with corresponding cost values minus m, and the cost value of a2 is minus 2. Now we apply row operations. We need to make this key element as 1. For that we have to divide this entire row by 2. If we divide this entire row by 2, then this element will be 1. So let us divide this entire row by 2. Then it becomes 6 by 2, 3. It is minus 3 by 2. It is 1. It is 0 by 2, 0. It is 1 by 2. And it is 0. Next we have to make this element 0. For that we have to apply one more row operation. Now here we find that if we apply this row operation, r1 star is equal to r1 minus 2r2. If we apply this row operation, then this will become 0. So if we apply this operation, r1 minus 2r2, so this row minus 2 into this row, then this element will be 0. This one will be 14 minus 2 into 6, so 14 minus 12, which is 2. It will be minus 1 minus of minus 6, so minus 1 plus 6, which is 5. It will be minus 1. It will be 0 minus 2, and it will be 1. So we have computed both the rows. So we need to compute Zj minus Cj. This value will be minus 5m plus 3 minus 3. So it is minus 5m. This will be 0 minus 2 plus 2, 0. It will be m plus 0, 0. So it is m. It will be 2m minus 1 minus 0. So 2m minus 1. And finally this will be minus m, 0 plus m. It is 0. So we have computed all the values of Zj minus Cj, and we have found that this one is negative. So we select this element. Therefore the vector a1 will enter the basis. Next we have to identify which vector will leave the basis. For that we compute mean ratio. So we compute the ratios. The first ratio will be 2 by 5, and the second ratio will be negative because 3 by this negative quantity. So we shall not compute the second ratio because it is negative. So this is the only ratio, so it is obviously the mean ratio. So this 5 is the key element. So the vector a5 will leave the basis and the vector a1 will enter the basis. So the new basis vectors will be A1 and A2 with corresponding cost values 3 and -2. Now we need to make this key element 1. For that we have to divide this entire row by 5. So if we divide this entire row by 5, then the elements will be 2 by 5, 1, 0, -1 by 5, -2 by 5 and 1 by 5. And next we have to make this element 0 by using this key element. For that we shall apply this operation R2 star equal to R2 plus 3 by 10 into R1. If we apply this row operation, then this element will be 0. Now using this operation we can compute all the elements of this row. Now using this row operation we have computed all the values of this row. Now we find Zj minus Cj. Now this value will be 3 into 1 plus -2 into 0 minus 3, so it is 0. It is 3 into 0 minus 2 plus 2, so it is 0. This one will be minus 3 by 5 plus 6 by 10, so minus 3 by 5 plus 3 by 5 minus 0, so it is 0. This one will be minus 6 by 5 plus 2 by 10, which is minus 5 by 5, so it is minus 1. And finally this one 3 by 5 minus 3 by 5 plus m, so it is plus m. From the values of Zj minus Cj we find that only one value is negative, which is -1. So the solution is not optimum. Therefore we have to find a modified solution. For that the vector A4 will enter the basis. Next we have to identify the vector which will leave the basis. For that we have to find mean ratio, and to find mean ratio we have to find the ratios. If we compute the first ratio, it is 2 by 5 divided by -2 by 5, which is -1. But we shall not consider the ratio which is minus or infinitive, so this ratio cannot be found. We find the next ratio which is again 18 by 5 divided by -1 by 10, so it is again negative, so we shall not consider this ratio also. Here we find that although the solution is not optimum, but the mean ratio cannot be found because all the ratios are negative. Therefore no mean ratio exists. In this case the only conclusion is that the problem has unbounded solution. So the problem does not have any finite optimal solution, it has unbounded solution. So that is the only conclusion. If no mean ratio exists, then the problem has unbounded solution. So that completes the solution. With this we complete this part. So see you in the next part. Until then, thanks for watching.